Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the mobility weapon variants, or what mobility actually does. If you don't remember from the weapon variant video, I said that I didn't know what mobility does. I had no clue, and I was going to keep testing and keep digging until I found out. Well, I found out, and the gameplay that you're watching is me using the two weapons, actually not two, just the two more popular ones that I have with mobility variants, the EM1, and then I'm going to swap over to the ASM1 in just a second. So the information is coming both from my testing and from Sledgehammer Games. A friend of mine watched the mobility video and asked a friend of his that works at Sledgehammer, and then got back to me and told me what it was, and it was surprising because that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't entirely sure yet. But let's talk about some things that mobility is not. I got a lot of messages on Reddit, on Twitter, on YouTube from people trying to help, making suggestions, and some people just saying that it was absolute truth. But mobility does not affect movement speed, your sprinting speed, running speed, how far or fast your exo boosts are, the amount of time that it takes to sprint in and out or recover from sprint and shoot, how fast you strafe. That was a very popular one, like when you aim down set sights and sidestep, like, oh, mobility is going to be like Stalker or like Stock. That's not true at all, and it also does not affect the weapon swap time. So what is mobility, you might ask? Well, mobility is aim down sights time. For whatever reason, the more points of mobility you have, the faster you aim down sights, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me logically, but that's what it is, and that's what my friend told me that his bud at Sledgehammer told him, that it affects aim down sights time. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the original video, but I actually did notice a difference, but the difference was so slight I was chalking it up to human error, and I didn't want to come out and say that mobility is ADS time because it was just so small. When I got more variants, I picked some up from other people. We did a variant, you know, like trade swap, I'll kill you and take yours and compare to the base, blah blah blah, and come to find out that each point of mobility is equal to 1 frame less aim down sights time, and that is a super tiny difference. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it before, because I could just chalk that up to capture card rounding or human error or something like that. On heavy weapons, there is a little asterisk there. On heavy weapons, 1 point is about 2 less frames of aim down sights time, not a big difference. And if you're wondering how long 1 frame is in 60 frames per second, 1 frame is about 16 milliseconds, so mobility points are 16 milliseconds less ADS time, which means that the mobility stat, or at least as far as the variance is concerned, is pretty much useless. Even if you had like 3 or 4 mobility points, I highly doubt that you would be able to notice the aim down sights time. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even put the testing in this video because the difference is so ridiculously minor. No matter how much I slowed down or tried to do comparative, it just never really looked right. It just didn't even make sense logically, even though that's what's going on. So I would tell you that mobility is a completely useless stat when it comes to determining which variant you should or shouldn't use, as it affects your aim down sights time in a very, very minute way. Well guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. You can also check out the HBR-A3 full weapon review, which is the link on the left. The next video that I'm going to do is the ARX-160 review, and that one's going to be a little bit surprising. And as always, you can be sure to check out the sponsors down in the description: Scuf, Astro, Elgato, all my friends down there that help me out with their products. Drifter out.